here. So I'm here to show you guys how to make your character creation sheets for our next assignment. So we're going into narrative writing, and it's one of my favorite subjects, my favorite lessons to teach, because I love writing and I love making up stories. One of the most important things when creating your story is to have some good rounded characters. And the only way to do that is to create character sheets for them. A larger character might have something called a character Bible, which is a huge book about all the things that these characters will do in certain situations, what they like, what they hate. Hi, cat. Sorry. Go down there. Anyways, so we're going to do this assignment off of a character that we already know. So it's up to you to find a character that you love from a TV show, a movie, or even a book. So I'm going to choose one of my favorite characters of all time, Scooby-Doo. So you don't have to get a picture of him for this. I just did that so you guys know who I'm talking about. So since we're choosing a character that was created by somebody else, we're going to fill this in to the best of our ability. Maybe there might be some things that we don't really quite know, but we can always look it up, or we can kind of just fudge it a little. So character name. Oh, my Scooby-Doo picture disappeared. So the character name is Scooby-Doo. And for those of you major fans, his real name is Scoobert Dooby-Doo. He came from a very rich bloodline, and so that's where that comes from. Gender is male or boy, whichever. Age, Scooby-Doo is actually 7 years old. Don't know if you guys know that. I mean, Scooby-Doo it came out for the first time in 1969, so that would make him 51 years old. But he's 7. Race, he's a Great Dane. / dog. Hair color, brown. Eye color, it looks black. Skin color, brown, probably. Weight, my Great Dane weighs about 130 pounds, so I'm going to put 130 pounds. That's about average weight for a Great Dane. Height, my Great Dane is about 2.5 feet tall to the chest. He's about 3 feet tall with his head, so let's say 3 feet. Standing on his hind legs, I have no idea. Alignment, we're going to come back to that, okay? So, physical description or details. Maybe you want to add a little bit more. Tall and lanky, like he's kind of lanky, and he has a really long tail. You don't have to put it in sentence format. I just naturally do that sometimes. He has a really long tail. Ooh, and black spots. I want to put that in. Okay. So now we're going to move over here. I don't know if you notice this. I just add this by double clicking on it, and I can add things into those boxes. So attitude, he's kind of aloof, which means like not really noticing things going on. He is always hungry. He's a little goofy, and he's mostly happy. His intelligence, he's not very bright. That's the nice way of saying dumb. Strength, I don't think he's very strong. I mean, he's a Great Dane. Great Danes can be fairly strong. I'd say average Great Dane strength, whatever that might be. Charm, he's very charming. He's very sweet when he talks. He's, I don't know. I'd say he's very charming. I'd say very nice. And I'd say and charming. Beauty, I mean, he's a dog. He's a good-looking dog. As far as Great Danes goes, a good-looking Dane. That right there is a good-looking Dane. Other, he's always hungry. I definitely want to add that in here. And he's afraid of cat. I'm going to make this smaller so that it fits inside my box. So it just looks nicer because I went to a lot of trouble to make this for you guys. So make it look nice. Anyways, ideals. So a character's ideals, these are like their true morals, their values deep down that they will never ever abandon. So this is what are principles they will never betray. He'd never betray his friends. I don't want to say so much of family because his family gets a little bit tricky if you get into those episodes. But he'd never betray his friends. And he definitely never betray Shaggy. Specifically. What will prompt them to make them To make them sacrifice. Gosh, what will prompt them to make sacrifices? Thank you. So, if he has to do something, if he has to sacrifice something, what would prompt him to do that? And I know this from an episode of Mystery Incorporated, Shaggy. Because one time, Velma started dating Shaggy, right? It's a little wild. And then, Shaggy's always hanging out with Scooby, and Scooby was wildly jealous of Velma. And so, Velma gave Shaggy the ultimatum between Scooby and Shaggy. And Shaggy chose Scooby, and Scooby chose Shaggy. So, that's a fact. That's how that works. What drives them to do what they want? Hunger. Every time. Scooby snacks. I'm going to put that down. Scooby snacks. Every time. Okay? So that's page 1. Yeah, there's more than one page. So we're going to move on to page 2. Likes and dislikes. What's Scooby's favorite color? I don't know if this is his favorite color, but I'm going to say teal because his collar is teal. What color does he hate? I don't know. In this situation, we're going to kind of, like I said, fudge it. We're going to pick something. I'm going to say he hates the color purple. I don't know why. That's what I picked. Food. He loves Scooby snacks and sandwiches. I hit Control A to highlight all of that without clicking it. I'm going to make that smaller. They're always in the kitchen making sandwiches. That's like a thing. What does he hate? I'm going to say sardines. His favorite animal? I mean, he is a dog. I'm trying to think of an episode. I feel like there's an episode where there's like an animal involved. I'm gonna say parrot. Maybe he likes parrots. And what animal does he hate? He's a dog, so he hates cats. And we actually know that from Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Sport, tennis. I don't know why, but I had like this bag when I was a kid and it had Scooby-Doo and tennis gear. So he loves tennis, apparently, according to that bag. He hates hockey because it's really violent and it scares him. The activity that he loves is eating. Activity that he hates is solving mysteries. Make that a little bit smaller. Let's see. My Great Dane is eating right now, so it's kind of noisy. His favorite hobby is, I'm going to say cooking. I don't know if he's a chef, but he likes to eat a lot. And the hobby that he hates is woodworking. I have no information about that. I'm literally just kind of putting these in here. His favorite chore. I know everybody hates chores, okay? But sometimes we have like favorite chores where it's like, gosh, I just love having a clean kitchen, so I like doing the dishes. Or I like having clean clothes and I like doing the laundry. I hate doing laundry. So does Scooby-Doo, according to me. What does he like doing? He likes cleaning dishes by licking them clean. I let my dog lick my dishes before I put it in the dishwasher. We call it the pre-wash. Kind of gross, I know. His favorite brand. I mean, this is Scooby-Doo. I don't really know if they have like brands in their world, but I'm gonna say he's like a Nike's guy. His brand that he hates the most is Apple, because the products are just way too advanced for him to understand. His favorite movie, he likes comedies, and we all know Scooby and Shaggy. He likes Pineapple Express. If you don't know why he likes Pineapple Express, then, it's okay. He hates horror movies. His least favorite movie is The Exorcist. His favorite TV show is Psych, because they solve mysteries without things being scary. And his least favorite TV show is True Blood, because it's got vampires. His favorite book is Hank the Cowdog, because that's a dog with a job, let me tell you. And his least favorite book is Frankenstein, because it's scary. You okay there, dog? Alright. Oh, you bumped me. I did not spell Frankenstein correctly. Frankenstein. Okay. Additional. So this is just like extra things that you think you might want to add. Like, oh, his favorite musical is Grease. I don't know why that'd be important for Scooby-Doo. I don't think this is necessarily important, But with your character, maybe I didn't leave enough space for you to put some of the things that you think are truly important to your character. The next section is bonds. These are things that tie them to the world, tie them to what they want in life. So, whom do they care about the most? He cares about Shaggy the most. I mean, Shaggy is an answer to a lot of these. What place do they feel that they have a special connection? I think he feels like he has a special connection to the kitchen and the mystery machine. What is their most treasured possession? I feel like there's an episode that actually went over this, but I'm going to say that his dog tag is his most treasured possession. SD dog tag. What makes them angry? Cats make him angry. What scares them? Ghosts, goblins, spooky things. Okay, so now we're going to ask what are their vices, and hello kitty cat. Their vices are things that have a hold of them, kind of like really dark ones would be kind of like drug addiction. But for Scooby-Doo, I think some of his vices would jealousy might be able to go under angry. What makes him angry? But I'm gonna say under jealousy. That's one of his vices, and his eating, I'm sure is somewhat of a vice. I mean, it does get him into trouble. It does cause issues. So, I'll say his eating habit. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the next page. Yeah, there's another page. So, this is background. So we're going to summarize your character into a single paragraph. We're going to consider the following questions, like, do they have any family? Where are they from? How did they get their name? So, as I mentioned earlier, Scooby's actually from a very rich bloodline. So, Scooby-Doo is from a very rich family. They're Southern, I believe is what it was. They're Southern, they're like plantation owners or something like that. I know it's kind of murky waters there, but I believe they're Southern, maybe Cajun. I'm trying to remember. They're Southern bred. I'm going to say that. Southern bred folk for sure. He has a very rich family. He's disconnected from them and relies on his found family a lot, meaning Fred, Velma, Daphne, and Shaggy. How did Scooby get his name? It's a family name. Scoobert, Scooby is a family name passed down for generations. I can't remember if his dad's name was Scoobert, but it's definitely like a family name. What else do we know about where he came from? He's raised in a loving home. He just didn't really fit in with his family. And okay, so I know Scoob came out. Trust me, I know everything about Scooby-Doo. The movie Scoob came out, and they have a completely different background story for him. And then also, how does any of this explain a pup named Scooby-Doo? I get it. I'm sorry. But I'm telling you, there's a whole episode about his family back in like 1969, or I don't remember exactly what year it came out. So, this is some good background information. You can go a lot deeper. And then photo. So you can either Google an image that you think your character would look like or draw one. In this instance, we definitely know what he looks like. So we can just post that picture of Scooby-Doo right in there. You can find other pictures. Even for like the characters that we end up making, you can find like actresses or actors that you think would be a good portrayal of the character that you have. If you're artistic, you can draw one. I have lots of drawn characters, and I love them. And I might show you some of those when we get to the next assignment. So desires. What do you think they want most in life? How far will they go to get what they want? He wants to live happily and peacefully with his best bud, Shaggy. He wants to eat all the time, and he will do just about anything except go somewhere scary. Alright, make that smaller. Fits inside there. Okay. I feel like he would do almost anything for Shaggy, though. How far will he go to get what he wants? To live happily with Shaggy? I mean, I think he'll do anything reasonable. I don't think he'll kill a man. I don't think Scooby's strong enough for that. I don't think he'll, like, have to choose between, I don't know, two ultimatums that are, like, the death of somebody. But I believe he'll do just about anything within reasonable limits. I might want to add that. He wants to eat all the time, and he'll do just about anything within reasonable limits, except go somewhere scary, because he's still scared. He's still a scaredy cat. Okay, so now we have one more page, and we actually don't need to do anything on here. So the last page is the character alignment page. Remember that thing that I skipped on the very first page? We're going to go back to that. Alignment. So character alignment is, where does your character sit morally? What are their principal values? I know we kind of covered that with their ideals, but this is just like a quick little stamp we can give them. So character alignment. We have a little chart here, and I'm sure you've seen lots of memes with these where they take TV show characters and apply what alignment each character is. So what we have here is we have lawful, neutral, and chaotic. And over the side we have good, neutral, and evil. So they end up pairing up. We have lawful good, neutral good, chaotic good, lawful neutral, neutral neutral, chaotic neutral, and lawful evil, neutral evil, and chaotic evil. So I'll explain each of those individually. So lawful good. This is the person that follows the rules. They follow the law, they follow instructions, and they never go outside of it. If anybody's ever in trouble, they will make sure to go do their best to save that person, whether they're capable or not. They are the ultimate good guy. And so for our example here, we have Superman. Some of the issues that come across with lawful good is if somebody is in trouble, but it goes against the law, they have a hard time breaking the law to help somebody. So we're going to move over to neutral good. So these people are morally good, but they're not held to any lawful standards. Like, they don't follow the laws, but they also don't try to break them either. It's not their goal to be a thief, but if the moment calls for it, then they might have to. But it's out of need. It's not ever just because. And then we have chaotic good. Chaotic good are the people that break the rules for the better of the world. It doesn't matter if there's law and order. I'm going to make sure that these people are taken care of. So an example for chaotic good is Robin Hood, because he steals from the rich. It's breaking the law, and he gives to the needy. So he's doing it for the good of things. I skipped over the example for neutral good. I chose Uncle Iroh from Avatar because he follows the rules, but at the same time, he's willing to break them. He's going to pick what's good in the middle, what he thinks is reasonably good. But he's not going to go so far to like break down a whole legal system to choose something for the better. He does have parameters. Next is lawful neutral. So they respect law and order, and they follow a code. But they're really not like for the good of everything or necessarily for the evil. Like, they're doing their thing. I have instructions, and I'm going to do those things. So I chose James Bond because he follows orders. He does what he does. And sometimes he finds out the things that he does are not necessarily good, but he doesn't really break that line of order. One thing I also kind of skipped over here is everybody under good, they're going to save the cheerleader. If they have an opportunity to save the cheerleader, they're going to do it. Neutral, the cheerleader will figure it out, maybe, I hope, I don't know. And then evil, they're going to kill the cheerleader. Their whole goal, they got the cheerleader strung up on some crazy contraption and they got to come save them. So evil, that's their plan. So neutral, maybe the cheerleader will figure it out. I'm doing my job. I don't care. true neutral. So that's neutral, neutral. Those two connect. They truly have no side. They care for themselves and they do anything that comes along their way in purely for their interest. And their interest isn't necessarily evil, because I know like that sounds kind of like an evil trait, but they just want to do their own thing, man. That's almost like beginning Shrek. Like Shrek just want to be left alone. He doesn't want to kill anybody. He doesn't want to save anybody. He just wants to be in his swamp. I have an example here for Han Solo. He just wants to smuggle his stuff and make money. He doesn't want to be bothered. He doesn't want to get wrapped up in this whole intergalactic Star War. But he does eventually. Chaotic neutral. So these people are unable to be predicted. Like you can't predict what they're going to do. And they have no side and they have no order. So they don't follow the laws. They'll break the laws just kind of for fun. But they don't want to break the laws and make people die. And they also don't want to break the laws and make everything good for everybody either. They're just kind of vibing, doing their own thing. Then we're going to move down to lawful evil. So lawful evil, this is order and power, and they are necessary to rule the world. They want to be in power, but they realize that there needs to be structure and levels and a working mechanism to make sure that they are in charge. So the example I have here is Darth Vader. A realistic version would be Hitler because, you know, he had his order. So that's where this evil comes into play. Neutral evil. These people act only in their own interest. They don't care about anybody else, but their interest is absolutely evil. Like Cruella de Vil. She doesn't care about the law. She doesn't care about anybody personally. She just wants those puppies and she wants their fur. And it's for her coat. It doesn't matter who she has to pay to get into it and what they go through. And then chaotic evil. Chaotic evil is the most spontaneous of them all. They're completely unpredictable and they're absolutely dangerous. So an example here is the Joker, because you never know what he's going to do. You know his intentions are always bad, always dangerous, but he could harm himself, he can harm his best friend, he could do whatever it takes to get away with whatever he wants to do. So that's considered chaotic evil. So if we look at all of these, we have to figure out which one Scooby-Doo is. I'm willing to bet he's not chaotic evil. I believe that Scooby-Doo is neutral good, because he doesn't really want to save the cheerleader. And he's not going to like follow a law to do it. He's not going to break the rules to do it. He's just kind of like, oh, I'm at this spooky house and Daphne needs saved again. So of course I want to go help her. I don't want her to get hurt. So I'm going to put neutral good for Scooby-Doo. And now our character sheet is complete. We have all of this stuff in here. And of course you are welcome to get more into detail about like their background or any of this information. If you want to, you can go ahead and just add another slide and be like, hey, Ms. Dunn, I got so much more junk about my character. He was born and raised, blah, 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 blah. That's absolutely fine. I love that. If you want to do that, please do. I just didn't really set up a page for that. And so that's the end of the assignment. What your guys' job to do now is, like I said, to choose a character you already know, you already love, and fill out this information according to that character. And submit it into Google Classroom. And that's it. So let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you are confused. Please email me at any time. You can comment on this video, like and subscribe, right? I'm just kidding. You don't have to do that. You can, though. And let me know how it goes. Thanks.